Did you know that training is a $130 billion business worldwide? Yet only 25% of employees believe that their organizations are very effective at training or sourcing training. How is this possible, you ask, when all new employees go through training when they join a company? Traditional in-class training, which is often called formal learning, is one of the most common training methods and cost organizations an average of $1,195 per learner in 2012. Formal learning can benefit a large number of staff as they can be trained all at once. It helps employees get up to speed faster when they first start their jobs, but in the long run, knowledge can evaporate. After 2 weeks, we tend to remember 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, and 30% of what we see, as opposed to 90% of what we say and do. Research shows that over 30% of all corporate training programs are not delivering any measurable value, because often learners are simply spectators in the classroom, when the focus should be on active participation and practice. In fact, 80% of employee learning happens in the workplace, not the classroom. Informal learning in the workplace, such as online social networking or accessing information through the internet, offers the major advantage of flexibility and personalization. It is hard to pinpoint the exact number of hours an employee participates in informal learning, but research shows potential improvement of 20 to 25% in productivity. However, the effectiveness of informal learning depends on facilitated communication. In today's demanding workplace, poor communication can mean a business with 100 employees spends an average downtime of 17 hours a week clarifying communication, at an annual cost of $528,443. Yet in a company that utilizes the appropriate communication tools, email use could be reduced by 25%, freeing up 7 to 8% of the work week for more productive activities. And it's not only email that is the culprit. When on-the-job support isn't readily available, employees often turn to our dear friend Google, which can be counterproductive. Such a vast sea of information can be time-consuming to navigate, and the results are not always relevant to the task at hand. It has been proven that workers are spending 8.8 hours per week searching for information, at a cost of $14,209 per worker per year. And this is during a time when productivity and performance are under the microscope. On average, executives believe that only 29% of their employees are operating at peak productivity. Companies seeking to maximize the effectiveness of their learning programs often implement the 70-20-10 model, which balances the 70% on-the-job training and the 20% social learning against 10% formal learning, which companies have traditionally used. At Assima, we agree that productive employees stem from a mix of formal and informal training that is facilitated by dedicated communication channels, where information is targeted, relevant, and readily available during the task. The proof is in the numbers. Contact Assima today to discover how we can digitalize the 70-20-10 approach and increase productivity in your company.